Another day, another Labour MP suspended as the party faces yet another scandal involving racism, sexism, and anti-Semitism. The disturbing reality within the Labour Party continues to unravel as yet another high-profile minister, Andrew Gwyn, has been sacked, while Burnley MP Oliver Ryan has been suspended. This latest controversy exposes the way some Labour MPs truly perceive the British public. In Parliament, they act as though they empathise with the struggles of working people. But when they are behind closed doors or chatting in their private WhatsApp groups, their true nature emerges. The language they use and the tone in which they speak about the public reveal a shocking level of elitism and contempt. The latest scandal has forced Labour ministers and MPs out of their positions due to their disgraceful remarks and appalling attitudes toward the very people they claim to represent. Some MPs reportedly wished for pensioners to pass away, while others openly mocked the British public, all the while maintaining a carefully crafted image of concern and care when speaking to the media. But what exactly is this WhatsApp group, and how has it led to the downfall of these Labour figures? In this video, we uncover the truth behind this scandal and its far-reaching consequences for the Labour Party under Keir Starmer's leadership. Labour is now entangled in one of its most humiliating and politically damaging controversies in recent years, a scandal that tears apart its image as the party of integrity and champion of the working class. At the heart of the controversy is a secret WhatsApp group known as Trigger Me Timbers, which has exposed an appalling level of arrogance, elitism, and outright cruelty among some Labour MPs and officials. What was once dismissed as mere speculation about the party's internal culture has now been confirmed through leaked messages that have led to resignations, suspensions, and a political firestorm unlike anything Labour has faced in recent memory. Central to this scandal is Andrew Gwyn, the MP for Denton and Reddish, who had been serving as a junior health minister under Starmer's leadership. Leaked messages from the WhatsApp group reveal his callous and shockingly indifferent attitude toward the very people he was elected to serve. One particularly disturbing message showed Gwyn making a heartless joke about a 72-year-old woman who had reached out to her local Labour councillor regarding bin collections. Instead of addressing her concerns with the respect she deserved, Gwyn reportedly joked that he hoped she would die before the next election. The sheer cruelty of this remark sent shockwaves through the party and the public alike. Yet, in public, Gwyn always ensured he put on a mask of empathy and innocence. His statements in Parliament and media appearances painted him as a politician who cared deeply about social justice, but his private conversations told a very different story. And he didn't stop at that one comment. Other leaked messages reveal that he made inappropriate jokes about constituents being run over by trucks. Even more damning are the allegations that he engaged in racist and sexist remarks, targeting fellow Labour MPs. Among those he insulted were Diane Abbott, Britain's first black female MP, and Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner. To make matters worse, his messages also contained anti-Semitic remarks, including a comment questioning whether an American psychologist was too militaristic and too Jewish, even speculating about possible links to Mossad. When these messages surfaced, the backlash was immediate. Starmer acted swiftly to sack Gwyn from his ministerial role and suspend him from the party, but by then, the damage was already done. The revelations shattered the Labour Party's attempts to portray itself as a bastion of fairness and justice. Many questioned why action was only taken after the messages became public. Did the Labour leadership quietly tolerate this kind of behaviour until it became impossible to ignore? As journalists and investigators dug deeper into the WhatsApp group, it became clear that Gwyn was not the only Labour figure involved in this toxic culture. Another Labour MP, Oliver Ryan, who represents Burnley, was also implicated. Ryan, a relatively new MP elected in July 2023 and a former assistant to Gwyn, was found to have participated in the same group. Initially, Ryan attempted to downplay his involvement, claiming he had not seen all the offensive messages. However, he later admitted to making inappropriate comments himself and failing to challenge the disgraceful rhetoric within the group. The public outcry led to Ryan's suspension as well, with Labour launching an internal investigation into his conduct. But the controversy did not stop at offensive WhatsApp messages. Ryan's past statements on sensitive issues, such as grooming gangs, resurfaced, adding another layer to the scandal. In a public Facebook discussion, Ryan dismissed calls for a national inquiry into grooming gangs as a mere bandwagon being used by right-wing politicians like Nigel Farage and Elon Musk. His dismissive stance on an issue that has deeply affected communities across the UK sparked outrage, with many accusing him of prioritising political games over justice for victims. Now, Labour finds itself at the centre of a political disaster. For years, the party has positioned itself as the moral alternative to the Conservative government, yet this scandal confirms the worst suspicions of many voters. Labour politicians say one thing in public but behave entirely differently behind closed doors. Particularly in working-class constituencies, this scandal reinforces doubts about Labour's true commitment to the people they claim to support. The timing of this controversy couldn't be worse for Keir Starmer. The scandal has handed the Conservatives a golden opportunity to attack Labour's credibility. Conservative Shadow Paymaster General Richard Holden publicly demanded that Starmer take harsher action, calling for the expulsion of both Gwyn and Ryan. He argued that anything less would signal Labour's tolerance for elitism and bigotry. Meanwhile, critics within Labour are questioning why the party allowed such a toxic culture to persist. Reports suggest that concerns about "trigger me timbers" had been raised internally over a year ago, yet nothing was done. If Labour knew about these offensive messages and chose to ignore them, it raises serious doubts about Starmer's judgment and commitment to transparency. Beyond the political fallout, the scandal is also sparking legal and institutional repercussions. The UK Parliament's standards watchdog has launched an official investigation into Andrew Gwyn, citing concerns about the damage his actions have caused to the reputation of the House of Commons. If found guilty, he could face penalties ranging from a formal reprimand to suspension from Parliament. Greater Manchester Police have also confirmed that they received complaints about the WhatsApp messages and have recorded a non-crime hate incident, adding yet another layer of scrutiny to the scandal. Interestingly, the WhatsApp group reportedly included not just MPs but also several Labour councillors and local party officials. Some councillors have already been suspended, and ongoing investigations at the local government level could widen the scandal even further. If additional misconduct is uncovered, Labour may find itself facing a crisis that extends beyond just a few MPs. It could shake the party to its very core. This scandal exposes a deep-rooted problem within Labour's ranks: the way some of its politicians truly view the people they claim to represent. The leaked messages suggest a level of arrogance and detachment that is both shocking and deeply troubling. Labour MPs and officials weren't merely engaging in casual banter, they were openly ridiculing and demeaning the very people whose votes they rely on. This is more than just a PR disaster, it's a fundamental crisis of trust. Working-class voters, already skeptical of Labour's commitment to their interests, now have undeniable proof that some within the party see them as nothing more than an inconvenience. What do you think about how politicians, especially Labour leaders, talk about the public when they believe no one is listening? Do they see themselves as an entirely different breed, detached from the struggles of ordinary British citizens? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like this one, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest developments in British politics. Until the next video, stay tuned.